morning, guys. Morning. I am so just like barely awake. Oh man.
Hey guys, welcome to the stream.
What the fuck? That was weird. Okay. Looks like the Warhammer stream just started. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody? Yeah, today is all AOS. Did I find a plumber? I did, dude. I found a plumber. So, I actually have a story for you guys about that. Hold on, let me get all set up. Oh, goodness. Oh, hold on. Y'all are on the wrong side. There we go. Yeah, dude, we got a lot of shit to talk about. Oh yeah. So we can actually go ahead and there we go. Cool, cool, cool. Ugh. I don't drink coffee, but that was anticlimactic as fuck. Well, I mean, okay. It doesn't start for another 15 minutes because I wanted to talk with y'all for a little bit. So here, listen to my plumbing story. Listen to my plumbing story. So, yesterday, for those unaware, yesterday shit kind of hit the fan because, like, my family, we knew we had a burst pipe, but we thought it was our hot water on the north side of the house, which we have two water systems running through the house. Well, it turned out it wasn't the hot water, it was the cold water, which if you ever have a house with water pipes, the bad thing about if your cold water pipe bursts is that it means if you're running water at all, then you've got it's much easier to deal with a hot water pipe than a cold water pipe. So we had to have like a family meeting and talk about the fact that we weren't going to be able to run water. Fix my curtain. Oh yeah. Wouldn't be a stream if my fucking green screen wasn't starting off bad. Thank you. So, like, we had to have a family meeting talking about... Can y'all hear me okay, by the way? Is the volume alright? But, we were talking and we were like, okay, we're gonna have to, like, fill the tubs with water and boil water and not use any water till we need it. Because if any water in the house was on, we were gonna be having a leak. Like, potential, and, like, the leak was gonna be putting water downstairs into, like, the floor and stuff, which we knew where the leak was, so we were able to, like, vacuum with a shop vac up the water. So, we were just like, ah, shit, dude. It was not good. It was not good. And I was like, fuck this, dude. We're not doing this. And my father, my father is, if the cold water pipe burst, then how can you run the water? Well, the burst was only like a tiny little split. Like, we found it. Me and my old man, because my dad is like ridiculously skilled as a handyman. We found where the pipe burst, but we didn't have the ability to fix it because we didn't have the materials we needed to like my dad has the ability to like saw the pipe out, but he didn't have like the materials he needed, and so we were just kind of SOL. So my old man was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go look around and find parts." And I'm like, "Nah, dude, I'm gonna find a plumber." So here's where the story gets interesting. Okay, here's where the story gets interesting. I start calling around for plumbers, and like I talked to my mother, and we were like coordinating about like she's gonna call these people, I'm gonna call these people. And so, well, the actual preview, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, the guys are going to come on and start talking in 10 minutes. And usually they Valrek say it? He says they waffle on for like another 15 minutes. Anyway, so we're calling people, and the third plumber that I call, the third one that I call, is this guy from this company called I think it's R&H Plumbing, but I call this guy, and he answers, and he's like, hey, this is so and so plumbing. What can I do for you? This guy is like not a company. He's just a guy and his wife are plumbers. They're like a plumbing couple, and so I call him, and he's like, I'm like, hey, I'm looking to see what your availability, because I shit you guys not, whenever you would call a plumber, like if you call a plumber in Texas right now, they will tell you, hey, we'll put you on a list, and probably the earliest we can get out to you is like 2 weeks or a week, which is just like, oh no, and that was gonna be that of like not being able to reliably wash dishes, not being able to reliably do laundry, not being able to reliably take showers, all that stuff. And so this guy answers the phone, and he's like, oh yeah, I am a plumber, but I am not working right now because I'm dealing with me and my wife are really sick. I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, yeah, like my wife had lung failure and had to go to the hospital, and I think he also said he had lung failure too, but he was clearly like, they were back at home. But so like this guy just starts talking, like I'm telling you, like I'm literally just like, we've been talking for 2 sentences, and he just starts, he's into his life story. He's going, like, he's just talking about how, like, they tried to do everything right. They were wearing their masks out everywhere. They tried not doing social events. They were just trying to work. And he's telling me about how they think they got COVID and how it kind of got to them. And they're an older couple, so they both had to go to the hospital. And there was a while where his wife was like so bad that they thought she was going to die, but she was doing better. I'm just listening to this. And it goes for like 20 minutes. So I'm just sitting there listening to this guy talking about him and his wife. And this guy's probably in like his 60s. But and I'm like, okay, I'm like, that's fine. I'll just listen. Like definitely, it was definitely a little awkward, because there was no build up to it. Like it just kind of happened. I'm like, all right. And we get to the end, and I'm like, oh man, that sucks. Legit, dude, that absolutely sucks. Like, I'm super sorry to hear y'all going through that. Like, that's terrible. I'm glad that y'all are still with us, and I hope, y'all get better, and that I hope I hope that, life turns around and y'all continue to heal and can get back to where you were. And so we're talking for a minute, and, so this is probably a good 20-25 minutes. Any new units for Warhammer Fantasy? Not in this preview. This is going to be all AOS stuff. So about 25 minutes into this conversation, this guy finishes talking. He's like, hey man, like, I really appreciate you just let me get that out and like just listen to me talk. Do you still need a plumber? And I was like, yeah, dude, we're trying to get a burst pipe fixed. And this guy goes, well, tell you what, why don't you call my friend? He's a plumber in this area. So he's like, okay, here are three guys and 3 numbers. Call these guys in this order and tell them that I sent you, and maybe one of them can help you out. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure, man. And I told him, thanks again, and really hope everything works out for you. So I hang up, and I call the first guy, which is this guy named Toby. And so I call this guy Toby, and I get a hold of him, which was honestly a miracle because his voicemail was full, as I later learned. So I get a hold of this Toby guy, and he's like, "Oh, hey, what can I do for you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm looking to get a, a pipe fixed, and we already know where it is. Like, we literally found where the hole is on the pipe, and we've already cut open the wall and all this stuff." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, we might be able to do something. We might be able to do something." And I was like, "Yeah, Robert told me to give you a call." And he literally goes, "Robert told you to call me?" I was like, "Yeah, I talked to Robert over the phone, and we were talking about, he was telling me that he can't work right now and he's really sick and all this stuff." And he goes, "Oh, okay, so Robert's recommending you." And I was like, "Yeah, I talked to him a while." And he goes, "Whoa, okay, Robert talked to you." Dark von Karstein, the woman in the story is the plumber Robert's wife. I'm not married or in a relationship. Thanks though. Appreciate the nice words. And so then Toby tells me, "Oh, yeah, dude, like, we can help you out. Like, where do you live?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm in Flower Mound." He's like, "You just got a pipe burst?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like, here's all the information. It's on the first floor. We know where it is and everything." And he's like, "Dude, I can have my crew out there in an hour." And I'm like, "Holy shit, a fucking hour? Like, from right now?" And they're like, he's like, "Yeah, we're in this other town near you, so why don't you, just text me all your info, and we'll come over." And so I'm like, "Oh, yeah." So I hang up, text him all my info, and of course I'm having like an anxiety attack at this point because I'm so desperate to get it fixed. And I'm like, "Oh, please God, show up." So 2 hours later, after just a couple small things, his crew shows up. Super nice guys. Like, literally the nicest guys. And they're really professional. They come in. Chloe likes them. Chloe's the dog, if anybody's new here. And they literally fixed it. Like, they took care of it completely, 100% fixed it in 40 minutes. And it cost us like, it was less than like $450, which for like an emergency turnaround job, for like everything, that's not bad at all. So like literally lifesaver out of nowhere. So I'm like, please, tell me about, tell your boss thank you and all this stuff. And so so after that, I call, because, so this guy just, like, saved my ass, right? Like, now my family doesn't have to build up water in the tub. We can take showers, we can drink water, we can cook, we can clean, we can do laundry because of Robert and Toby. So I call Robert back, and I don't get a hold of him, but I get his voicemail, and I just leave him a voicemail for, like, 5 minutes. Just being like, "Dude, like, thank you so much. Like, you didn't need to do that. And I know you and your wife are going through a really hard time right now. And if, like, y'all need anything, please just let me know." And, cause, they're local. So, I left him, like, a long voicemail of just being like, "Thank you." Like, this guy easily could have just not answered the phone or just whatever. And, this Toby's crew, the only thing they asked of us was, they were like, "Hey, if y'all need any work, we'll come out for you guys. All we ask is that you call Robert first, and if he's able to work, you use him. But if he's still sick, then you can call us and use us." And so the moral of the story is, always be nice, guys. Like, just help people out. Listen. Like, if someone's just having a hard time, just hear them out. Be empathetic. And good Lord, it can save you, dude. It can save you. I fully intend to next week reach out to them and be like, would y'all be cool with me shouting you out? Because I would kill to be able to, like, get them any more business, because they were literally the most kind-hearted professional dudes that I have ever worked with. And it was so humbling, guys. Literally just insanely humbling. It was, yeah. Alright, so we're going to mute these guys because they're literally just going to talk about random garbage. The only thing I don't like about these previews is the amount of talking. They do a lot of talking. Get a custom mini made of him and his wife. I don't know what they look like, so that might be a little hard. But yeah, hopefully they'll be cool with me just shouting them out. Because if I could drum up even a single business opportunity for them, that would be great. But yeah, waffling, as Valrex says. Okay, but more importantly, how are y'all? How is everybody? Good morning. What's my opinion on Korgus Cool? I actually really like Korgus Cool. I think he was a fun character. I do think he probably should have died at the end of the Realmgate Wars, because he hasn't really done anything since then. He did feature very heavily in the second edition Blades of Corn book, which I thought was weird, because he is an important character, but Scarbrand in the Realmgate Wars was way more important than Korgus Cool was, and they just didn't talk about Scarbrand at all in that book, beyond just, like, his character page, which was super weird. Like, the history was all about Korgus Cool, but Korgus Cool was only, like, he was probably the second most important Corn character. Maybe the third. Korgus Cool. The schedule is AOS, then Underworlds, and then Warhammer Quest. Good. Hopefully Warhammer Quest, they like just get it all out today, and we maybe get a release date. Like, as much as I'm excited for Warhammer Quest, I'm not thrilled at how they've been like dragging it out. But you know, we'll see what happens. Let's see if they have the reveal page up yet. Here it is. Warhammer preview. Yep. So we got AOS, Underworlds, and Warhammer Quest. I'm hoping for today, my death and destruction, light and darkness, everything in between. Oh, please. I'm really hoping we get Soulblight Gravelords today. Really hoping we get Soulblight Gravelords today. Are Beastmen in Age of Sigmar? Yes, they're called the Beasts of Chaos now. But there is a Beasts of Chaos faction. They are the Warhammer Fantasy Beastmen. They got new monsters. They also got the Dragon Ogres put into their stuff, as opposed to any of that other jazz. MO Addicted, thanks for the bits, dude. By the way, I saw your messages. Thank you. Holy shit. MMO Addicted, thank you for the 10 subs. Good lord. Thanks, dude. Thank you. That was very generous, my dude. What's the best way to help Sotek? Donation subs what? Technically, Spartan Elite, the best way to support the channel is probably, like, direct donations, I guess, through Streamlabs. That's probably the best way, or something like Patreon if you're wanting to do something long term. But like if you're wanting to do more of like support the community, then it's probably better to do like Twitch subs. Because then like people, you know, that kind of opens up like new participation for people, but it's just whatever you're comfortable with, you know. Addicted 69 subs. Nice. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Do I think we'll see Tyrion anytime soon? Yes, I think we'll see Tyrion very soon. I don't know when exactly. Who leads the Soulblight? We don't know, dude. We haven't gotten any Soulblight stuff yet. Soulblight, I imagine Soulblight will probably be led by Neferata, or Manfred. I don't think they're going to give them a new Mortarch, because 3 Vampire Mortarchs right now seems a little obsessive. A little much. In your opinion, will Bellakor be in the already Chaos faction reworked, or to a new one? I think Bellakor will probably stay with the Slaves to Darkness, but he'll just be like a different aspect of Slave to Darkness. Though, if you buy the Wrath of the Everchosen campaign supplement book, in Wrath of the Everchosen, they did provide rules to let Bellakor lead an army of demons undivided, just like he could in Warhammer Fantasy Tabletop. Why is Warhammer 2 in the thumbnail? What? It shouldn't be. I might have goofed. Hold on. I'm actually gonna look. Where's the thumbnail I use for this video? Pictures, thumbnails, preview, preview. It's not. There is no Warhammer 2 logo in the thumbnail. Unless YouTube's using the wrong thumbnail. No, it's using the right thumbnail. Yeah, there's nothing like that. I don't know where you're seeing Warhammer 2. There's nothing Warhammer Total War Warhammer in the thumbnail. Hey, MMO Addicted. Thanks for gifting a sub to Spartan Elite. Thanks, dude. Enjoy the emotes, guys, for anyone that got a sub. Yeah, it's Warhammer Preview in YouTube. Well, yeah, because this is Warhammer. This is the tabletop. This is the actual Warhammer. Oh, you mean the skink. Like the Tehinawan guy? He's just holding the cover art of Warhammer 2. That's just the stupid channel mascot. I need to get a new one. I need to get a channel mascot that's actually original, not just Tehinawan. That way I can put it on like t-shirts and shit and sell merch. I do have some ideas for merch now, but I need to get an artist that can make it. But I have some really funny ideas, I think, for some really cool merch. Based on some stuff going on the channel. But first and foremost, I really need to get a unique channel mascot. Yeah, there's Warhammer besides Total War? Not in most people's opinion. How's my pipe? Fixed. Are Skaven still AOS still a technology powerhouse? Yes, Skaven have if anything crazier technology in AOS. However, their model range has not been really updated yet. Become a Slon VTuber? I don't think I would make if I ever made a VTuber avatar, which does sound like fun. I'm not gonna lie, it does sound like it'd be fun. I'd probably make it like a Saurus, or like, because I think Saurus would be my favorite. Hey, Captain Lemon HQ, thanks so much for becoming a YouTube member. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm sorry the alerts are still quieted. I will fix that after today. Yeah, the actual preview starts in 7 minutes. They're just talking about random garbage right now. Don't step on snake meme. Oh man, don't tread on me meme. That could be funny. MMO Addicted, off the top of my head, I'm not sure who you're talking about. Use the CA Croc score as your VTuber skin? Shut up, Hawk Oddly. Get the fuck out of chat, you bastard. You absolute cur. Get out of here. Today they're covering Age of Sigmar tabletop. They're going to be revealing maybe new warbands for Underworlds, which I'm super excited about. And then they're going to be showing off more about Warhammer Quest, which is the RPG tabletop based game that is looking super good. Could always talk to Lady Turn about getting something commissioned. I don't know if Lady Turn's art style is quite what I'm looking for. Okay, I'll keep that in mind, MMO Addicted. Thanks, dude. What character from the books do you think should be a named character in Age of Sigmar or Fantasy? In Age of Sigmar, the characters that I want to be playable, like right now, are the Slon Lord Zektoka, who's basically new Mazdamundi. I also want Krakenrock the Black and Morgar to be playable. Malarian, I want Malarian to be playable. I want Grimnir and Grugni to be playable, or at least an avatar of them. Ooh, MMO Addicted. That's actually very interesting to know. I don't think... I don't know what they're doing with Gotrek, to be honest. There was a little bit where I felt really confident they were going to make Gotrek into the God of Fire, but as they've continued to just release, like, super random short stories and books for him, where he doesn't really seem to be angling towards any particular narrative end, and it's just like old school Gotrek, where he's on, like, a literally endless quest. I would say that it doesn't seem like Gotrek's going to become the God of Fire. As much as that would make sense. Like, I think they've set it up really well where Gotrek could become the God of Fire. But to do that, he would have to join the Fireslayer roster and, like, do all that. And I don't think they're going to do that, especially because they already released his model. And I think if you were going to make him the God of Fire... Whoever the God of Fire is should be writing, like, some kind of super hardcore Magmadroth. Veritas, like, if you don't like Age of Sigmar, which is fine, like, you can hate Age of Sigmar, that's okay. This is probably not the stream for you. You should probably leave. Unless you just want to see stuff you don't care about. Master of Warhammer, my page of Twitch chat is just like nothing but highlighted stuff. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. How about a Skink Starseer for like playable? Honestly, I think I'd rather have like a new Prophet of Sotek for a Skink character. Yeah, dude, we hit 50k subs on YouTube. It's fucking wild, dude. I'm honestly not sure what to do with that information. I mean, it's super exciting and super humbling, and I want to do something for it. I don't know what. I've been thinking about it. I mean, there are some nice projects that are going to be finished soon, but none of them were designed for that necessarily. They're just kind of like random stuff. But yeah, thank you all so much for the support. Oh, a Starseer for the channel mascot. Yeah, we might do something like that. It'll either be some kind of Starseer or red-crested skink kind of thing. Spartan Lee, I just wanted to thank you. It's had pretty serious health issues and watching your vids stream. Oh, well, thank you, Spartan Elite. I appreciate the nice words, brother. I hope you're feeling better, man. Hope you're doing well. 50k special cooking with Sotek. That would be the most unrelated celebration ever. Like, oh, what's the super lore guy doing for... The Super Warhammer lore guy doing to celebrate 50k subs? And it's like, oh, he's cooking. Any sign of Myrmidia or Moore in AOS? Moore has kind of made an appearance, but he's not actually Moore. He's one of Nagash's, like, mini aspects. Because one of the things Nagash does in AOS that's actually really cool about him, in my opinion, is that he has a lot of, like, split bodies that have very different interpretations of his power. So, like, there's a version of him that kind of looks like a giant classical Grim Reaper. There's a version of him, like, they just appear in different aspects. They all are Nagash, but it basically allows him to be in many places at once, which is super interesting. Like, that's one of the cooler things about him that doesn't get talked about too much. Cook Warhammer sausage? What? Bugman's brewing stream? I have no idea how to... Oh, we're starting. We're starting.
Lyria Ulthra, Warden of Ametrica, by your shining lance do we part the sea of darkness.
Okay, we've seen this guy before.
My star shards, with your mighty bolts, we cast...
Oh, bolt throwers! We got high elf bolt throwers. Swordmasters!
Sword of the Venari.
We got swordmasters!
We place our lives.
Okay, so these are all Venari.
Cunning agents of knowledge. Through your deeds, we...
Lore masters, essentially, of Hoeth.
And...
Ooh.
Melania, my pupil. With your brother Elithor, favored of my twin, you set new heights for all Lumineth to aspire to.
Is that Tyrion, essentially? Oh, it's like a Tyrion Techless model.
With your combined might, judgment will be rendered. Together, we will pierce death's fell curtain and bring light.
Interesting. Nobody cares what you have to say. Okay. Interesting. So we got... Oh, come on, update. Update. So we got Swordmasters. We got a... Yeah. Dude, I like the Swordmasters. These look much closer to, like, old school. All of these new Lumineth actually look much closer to old school High Elves. Like, they got bolt throwers, they got swordmasters, they got a swordmaster spellcaster hero, which is just a lore master of Hoeth, essentially. Yeah, no Tyrion yet. Tyrion's still not playable yet. They got a new... They did get 2 new special characters, though. So they got a Tyrion Techless, but they're boy-girl twins, not boy-boy twins. But they got a boy-girl twin combined model that is a Techlian Tyrionic mix character. So it's like classic Tyrion Techless type character. And then man, there's the Lumineth range is gonna be fucking huge. Why do the banners read... Oh, I don't know. That's a Ulthawani rune. Or Eltharin rune. I'd have to go look up what it means. The Venari are Tyrionic? I thought the guy narrating was the... maybe I misheard it, but I thought the guy narrating was the model they showed in the beginning. The special character on the weird horse thing. It wasn't a horse, but... I don't like the way they do this now. So during the live they used to have it where when they would reveal it, they would put it up on the preview page so you could just immediately look at it while they were talking about it. But now you have to, like, wait until they're done talking about it. Yeah, that model is definitely very Celeste heavy. The twins absolutely feel like Order Celeste. Is this about Total Warhammer 3? No, it's about Age of Sigmar. Sorry. It was Techless narrating? Oh, okay. Well, okay, there are arguments in chat about who was narrating. It doesn't matter who was narrating. It doesn't matter. I am a little sad that Tyrion's not playable yet. I was really hoping we were going to see Tyrion's model, but they still have more to do. Wow, look at that bolt! Look at that! That is a beefy bolt thrower. Look at the size of those arrows or the bolts. Like that, it's. I don't like this as much as I like the old repeater, the Eagle Claw bolt throwers, but it definitely reminds me of them. The narrator was clearly thankful. Ah, yes, of course. Age of Urson when the Old World comes out, which is not probably for another year or two at least. Yeah, I do like this wave of the Lumineth more than some of the prior waves. But man, these guys have a lot of special characters. That terrain piece is gorgeous. Oops. I guess they weren't supposed to go to it yet. The terrain piece is really pretty. It looks like an absolute pain in the ass to paint. Oh yeah, it was Teclis narrating. You're right. It was Teclis narrating because he does refer to the girl with the moon iconography as his blessed, and then he says, "My brother similarly blessed your brother," and the brother had the big sword. That is a gorgeous terrain piece. Fuck painting that though. Has the preview page been updated? Yeah, there we go. So
Lyria Ulthra, Warden of Ametrica, by your shining lance do we part the sea of darkness.
okay, yeah. So we have a new special character, which is this guy on the weird the cow dragon horse thing. And then you've got the new Venari, I'm going to have this on a little bit of noise, that way I can tell if they start previewing something new. Then we've got the new Venari Blade Lords, which are pretty cool. Bolthor looks great. Terrain piece looks great. So these are the new characters. So here are the twins. Elania and Elithor, which are they are non-god Tyrion Teclis. Tyrion Teclis, rather. Do I expect the old world to be a bit of a train wreck on release? No. I actually think it's going to be very successful on release. But it depends. It depends on how they end up going for it. I do like this model. It's a lot for how small that base is. I like the dude, though. I mean, I like both of them, but I really like the dude's sword stance. This really reminds me of Altharion the Blind's model back when he had his Swordmaster model. I do like the Cow Dragon steed. It's actually a pretty badass looking critter. And then, of course, yep, the Wind Boys coming out. Oh, I didn't even see this in the preview, but they got a... Whoa, look at all this. I didn't see this guy in the thing. So this is the Wind Sorcerer with the fucking Sun Goku. He's got the Sun Wukong cloud. He's got the Wukong cloud. Oh, I was right. I fucking called it. AOS coach, I called it. I told you they were going to be releasing another Lumineth book, dude. Look at that. Less than a year, and they're getting a new book. That is so not cool. I'm gonna be honest. So if you bought Lumineth Realm Lords book back in fall, they already got a new book. It's been like 6 months, and they're forcing you to buy another $40 to $50 book. That's kind of wild. Like Slanesh, they've released 2 books in less than a year and a half. But now Lumineth have to buy their book twice in less than a year? It's kind of shitty, dudes. That's kind of shitty. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I do like the new models. Like, I like that we're getting the wind elementals. And the battle standard bearer looks really cool. Man, that banner is gonna be an absolute dick to paint. Holy shit. And then you got the wind spirit. It looks like Broken Realms Teclis is gonna have the new unit's war scrolls in it. Oh yes, you can get all the war scrolls for the new units in Broken Realms Teclis. Yeah, but at the same time, like, you're gonna want to buy this new book, because here's the thing, is that even though they're saying, oh yeah, we'll give you the new War Scrolls, is it gonna be the exact same, though? Are they gonna give you all of the, like, items? Are they gonna give you all of the formations? Are they gonna give you, like, all of the story? Because this is gonna have new lore and stuff, and it's gonna have, like, new paint guide. Like, there's gonna be new stuff in this book, otherwise, why release it? Right? I am not convinced that they're gonna have everything in Broken Realms tech lists. I think they are absolutely gonna go out of their way to put stuff in this book that you cannot get by just getting Broken Realms Morathy. I'm not a huge fan. Like, this is a super scummy practice. Because I literally just bought the Lumineth book, like, maybe a month ago, to just read through the lore. And I, like, while I was buying it, I was like, they're gonna release a new book. I don't know why I'm doing this. And I remember I had a conversation, I think it was with AOS Coach, I'm 90% sure, but I was talking to AOS Coach, and I'm like, they're gonna release a new Lumineth book. Like, they're releasing way too many models for them not to put a new book out. And he was like, no, they wouldn't do that. And it's like, oh, well, there it is. There are more models? Yeah, I saw them. So here's, like, the Lore Master of Hoeth, but for AOS, because you can tell he's like a wizard sword hybrid. And then you've got whoever this dude is. What is with these? Look at this dude's shoes. He's got like goofy ass spiked. What the fuck is this? Look at this guy's shoes. Why does he have spiked shoes? What? How does he walk on these? What are these? Like, they're not heels, they're like stilts. Yeah, what are those? I like this guy a lot. I actually like the fox helmets where they've got the horns, which are the wind elementary. I actually like their helmets way more than the mountain. The mountain helmets are stupid. I don't like the giant helmets that then at the tippy top have a cow face and then horns coming out the side. I don't like those. These with just the big curving back horns I think are cool.
We're not done yet. What else is there, Raph? Of course, there's still more to go. Right, I want to jump in. I've forgotten how much stuff there was.
They didn't show these two in the preview though, which is funny. Like, they're on here now, but they were not in the video. The little, presumably this guy's a wizard.
As the name might indicate, is to do with using the power of runes and calligraphy to create magics. And their particular specialism is that they can channel the elemental forces of the landscape through parchment and runes that they've stored, and unleashing those powers by kind of rewriting the runes onto the parchment, which then translates that power into the landscape itself. And their specialism is effectively the corruption that chaos has seeped into the mortal realms. They seek to undo in the landscape itself, not just in the minds and hearts of mortals.
Is that why he has stilt shoes? So
that's exactly why he's got stilt shoes. So if you imagine that the stilt shoes allow him to separate himself from the landscape around him in order to control this. That's
so cool. I love the fact that
I like how these are a very magically charged faction. Like, they're practically all wizards. Like, they're super hardcore wizards. And yet, instead of being like the Slann who float above the ground to not touch it, this guy is just like, nah, dude, I'm just gonna put fucking 6-inch stilts on my shoes. What? What? Way to go, elves. Way to really reinvent things. Oh, here we go.
Here's a contender for best hat ever.
There's a lot to say about this guy. This is a Hurricane Wind Mage.
Yeah, okay, Hurricane Wind Mage. I like this model. This is a cool model. Man, Lumineth have such a weird range. Like, Lumineth are probably one of the strangest looking armies in all of AOS. Like, you just look at them and you're like, I understand, but what? Like, y'all are, this is a weird faction. Fantasy Samurai. Yeah, they definitely have kind of an Eastern aesthetic. Or Orient. That being said, though, good lord, I really hope Venari Banner Blade, okay. I really hope that in Broken Realms Techless and in the new Lumineth book, they really need to pull back some of the rules for the Lumineth. New YouTube reveals up? Oh, we'll wait for it to catch up. I'm not in a rush. It's okay. We'll wait for the preview to catch up with it. It's a Night Haunt? We'll see it here in a minute. Yeah, because the Lumineth rules right now are, like, practically busted. Like, Lumineth are already such a fucking nightmare to deal with. And they're getting all these new toys. I really hope that means they're going to go back to their old toys and kind of tone them down a little bit. Because they're a little ridiculous at the moment. I think we have more elves than humans now. Dude, we have more elves than, like, everything except Chaos, I think. Or, like, Lizardmen. Is Kislev in AOS? Not to my knowledge. I mean, you could put them in AOS. And, it would totally work. But they don't have, like, a range. Alright, fine, chat. I'm sitting here trying to be fucking patient, and y'all just won't shut up about this new Night Haunt. Fine!
Those who defy me will know only torment.
Dude, look at that, boy! Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, I'm buying one of those. At least one of those. I don't even give a shit if it's good. I'm still buying one. Oh, boy. Dude, that model is sick. Oh, my lord. He's got all, like, the torture shit behind him. Ooh. 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 Oh, okay, yeah, they're doing it right now. Oh, dude, Night Haunt's getting a new model. I'm in, dude. I'm 100% in. I am definitely adding that to my Night Haunt range. It doesn't look too hard to paint. Certainly it's certainly more difficult than traditional Night Haunts. Do I think they will reveal a new faction today? Yes, hopefully. Everyone's really hoping for vampires. A lot of people were hoping this guy was going to be a vampire. I'm really glad he's a Night Haunt personally, because that means I get to use him. Man, we haven't had a new Night Haunt model in, like, 2 years, at least. Maybe longer. Night Haunts and Stormcasts were released together in 2nd edition. So whenever 2nd edition started, we haven't had anything new for Night Haunts. But yeah, that's a bitchin' model. I love look at his helmet. That's it. He's got like a Banshee scream going. Dude, I'm looking forward to painting this model. This is going to be super fun. Ooh, I like this. Can I explain the hierarchy of the gods in AOS? Oh man. It's kind of a long TLDR. I'll be doing videos on it soon. I promise. The TLDR though is that all the realms have a god, and then there are a couple like bonus gods. So like Morothy just became a god, though she's Morothy Kane, so she basically like absorbed all of Kane's essence and has taken his place, and is now like the only official member of the old elf pantheon, kind of. Oh shit, okay. Slow down, Jesus! I'm assuming this is the Stormcast character. I'm assuming this is Gardas Steel Soul. Yep! It's Gardas!
None shall question his faith. None shall stay his wrath.
So these two are being revealed together, it looks like. Can you use him as a generic character?
Well, Adam, I know you're particular about this character, so do you want to tell everyone what we've just...
I mean, that is absolutely Gardas. Like, no doubt. It's Rabute Gilliman. So this is a cruel gas cruciator. Once mortals, these phantasmal beings met a gruesome end through the foulest torture imaginable. Someone poured out their Agrax Earthshade from their eyes. It's interesting, though, that this is a generic model, like a generic character, which I much prefer. Generic characters. Once a faction has special characters, I much prefer generics after that. Like, clearly, I mean, that's just Gardas. I guess you could run him as a basic Lord Celestin if you wanted. I thought they were walking suits of armor. No. Stormcast Eternals are people, or they're like humans on the inside. They're big humans. They're not normal humans. They're very large and like strong, but they're good guy Chaos Warriors, basically. I see Rogel Dorn didn't make it back to 40k. Gardas has a ton of Black Library books. Like, Gardas has so many Black Library books. And he's also one of the, like, 3 most important characters from the Romegate saga, the Romegate War saga. This model should have come out during first edition. It's weird that they're releasing it now. But I guess he'll show up in something soon. Though I do find it funny that he's the first... Isn't he the first Lord Celestin that has a unique model now? Didn't he survive Nurgle's Garden? Yeah. Yeah, Gardas, like, played a critical role in saving Alariel so that she could be reborn in her war aspect. He got he's been in the Garden of Nurgle twice. He was in there once during the Realmgate Wars, and then he was in there again but right before second edition started in the book Plague Garden, which was not a good book. I did not like it. Best book to start about Lamia vampires or Neferata? Jaka Diego, there is a book called Neferata. I would pick that up first. It's part of the Masters of Death. Well, it's supposed to be a trilogy, but it's not. It's by Josh Reynolds. Oh, goddamn, dude. Vampires, 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 vampires. Come on. Is that a Nighthaunt terrain piece? Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, that's a Black Knight! It's a Black Knight! Is that it? It's just a Black Knight? Oh, come on. It has to be more than just a guy. What? Is it just a White King? Is it just a mounted White King? I mean, it's a cool model, don't get me wrong. It's a White King. What?
to quote JJ Telemann.
What?
This is a White King, so we're familiar with this character.
Why?
We have seen a version of him on foot.
Why are they just releasing a White King?
Quite some time now, but this is a
It's just a mount. What? Why? Why are they just releasing a single White King on horse?
a very impressive looking undead skeletal hero mounted on a skeletal steed.
What? What is happening? I mean, cool, I guess.
Skeleton bits and that
What army is he even a part of? Legions of Nagash?
really impressive miniature, really. And I think for me, there's a lot of nostalgia going on for this. A lot of harks back to some of the very old Warhammer artwork from like, Warhammer armies and
Like, it's a beautiful model, but I don't understand why
technologies kind of caught up with and delivered an absolute.
Legions of Nagash is one of the oldest books in the setting right now. What? Why is what is this?
So he will be sitting alongside leading things like Black Knights or skeletons, and it's probably worth saying that this guy is the tip of the lance of what will be a slightly expanded range of Soulblight stuff. So there is more to look forward to if you like the look
Okay.
of the character.
There's more Soulblight stuff.
Maybe even more in this preview. Who knows?
Maybe more in this preview?
Who knows? But I think it worth.
Just release the fucking Gravelords already! Just tell us!
It's been a little while since we've seen a character skeleton miniature. We've obviously
Wait, so if he's gonna be Soulblight, does that mean the Soulblight Gravelords are just like the old school vampire counts?
but we haven't seen a character skeleton in a long time, and I think it's been well worth.
It's a gorgeous model. Legit. Absolutely gorgeous model.
Will lend itself well to really interesting.
But what a weird...
You've got the potential
What a weird place to reveal it.
interesting heraldries.
Right?
If you want to kind of take this in some kind of spookier, interesting, or corroded, or
Like, this is a weird place to just, like...
Somebody in the chat has hit on the exact thing that I was thinking about before we went live today. Two Men in Metal Men said the White King foot is a really great model as well. This is a great upgrade. It looks like some classic art. And I totally agree.
Dude, I feel bad for them if they're reading the Twitch chat, because you know people just have to be like, what the fuck?
The credit is split between the miniature designer, which has created all these wonderful.
I mean, that is literally like a beautiful fantasy model for AOS.
It's just he's a centerpiece.
Yeah, where is Krell? I wish they bring Krell back.
like a Black Knight charge, isn't he? So you've got the White King on foot already, who is also an absolutely wonderful model. Actually, it's aged very very well. But this is obviously much more dynamic now. It's quite a big miniature by the time you put it on the tabletop. So
I think that's a 60 mil base. Isn't it?
yeah, it's a big old guy. So if you remember the old, I've got a couple of actually the old White Kings on metal skeletal horses.
Would I want Kemmler back?
Rectangle that.
I don't think Kemmler would work as well in AOS, but I would like to see Krell come back.
Definitely isn't. He's
I think Kemmler's fine in fantasy. He was like, fantasy was kind of his sphere.
chaos.
They're sub only on Twitch, dude. They're always sub only on Twitch.
And I think again,
It's Games Workshop. If you want to talk to them, you have to pay for the privilege because they're just assholes. I mean, this is just the way they are. I thought he was a new Blood Knight. Yeah, nope. he's a new White King. Yay. Do I think there's a chance we'll get a Total War AOS game? Rachel, I think it's guaranteed you will get a Total War AOS game, but probably not for like a while. Like a really long while, like 10 years. Am I going to pick up the new Sigvald model? Nope. Slanesh is not for me. I love the model. I wouldn't mind having it like as part of a collection, but I'm not interested in like buying it.
Oh well, yeah. Right. In that case,
If it was an option, they'd go sub only. You have to cheer at least 1,000 bits to chat. Oh my god, they're just not slowing down. Oh, was that it for AOS? I've been really excited for this warband. Savage Orcs! Head Kraka. I like the new, I like the new Wargog Prophet. I think a lot of people are going to use that Wargog Prophet. There's finally a non-Wurzag. Is he holding a snake? Why does everyone but the Seraphon get snakes? What the fuck? We are the original snake faction. We had the first snake god before all these douchebags showed up and started trying to take it from us. The fucking Tomb King showed up with their bullshit. Then Morothy shows up with her bullshit. And now we got fucking Savage Orcs with snakes? What the fuck is this? We're the lizard people. Fuck these nerds. They're still our motif. It looks so much like Wurzag. I mean, it's a savage. It's basically a Savage Orc, great shaman. What do you want? That's just what Wurzag was. They're taking my snakes. Vampires or Riot? There's gonna be vampires in Warhammer Quest later, but I don't know how that's gonna turn into tabletop stuff. Damn orcs and their cultural appropriation. Are there black orcs in AOS? Yes. They're called, they're not called black orcs anymore. They're called, oh shit, I can't remember what they're called. They're part of the Ironjaws line. They're like the basic bitch infantry for Ironjaws. Orc Wolverine. Warhammer Age of Snick, yeah. Old Lizard complains that snakes are popular. That was our thing! How dare they use our thing? I mean, I gotta say, Warhammer Underworlds has some of the best models in the tabletop. Ard Boys, thank you. Yeah, they're Ard Boys. Is that Carnosaur's skin? Certainly looks like it, doesn't it? It's either Carno skin or Magmadroth skin or some kind of big scaly reptile. The Dawi are in AOS, right? Yeah, the Dwarden range is pretty bad in AOS, to be honest. It's not very supported right now. I'm assuming Dwarden will have their day, just like Elves are currently having a field day. But the Dwarden have probably the smallest ranges out of any race in the game right now. I mean, this guy makes like a super badass shaman. You could use either one of these guys as like a unit champion or like a war boss or whatever they're called. I forget. The Savage Orcs have weird names for their characters. You are pretty bad. Oh, I mean, okay. Oh my god, they killed Grimlock, you bastards. I don't think there was enough left of Grimlock to make a skin out of, to be honest. Why am I bad, Master of Warhammer? What makes me bad? The Dawi in AOS will come in a dual pack against Skaven? Hey, I'd be okay with that. Skaven and Dwarves desperately need a new range. No, I'm not saying that the new Dwarden are bad. I'm not saying that the Caradron Overlords and Fyreslayers are bad. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they have tiny-ass ranges. Like, the Caradron Overlords and the Fyreslayers are first edition factions, so their ranges are insanely small. And Games Workshop has not put out anything new for them since. Like, Caradron have gotten one new character in second edition. Fyreslayers didn't even get that. And they are very unsupported ranges right now. Like, if you want to play either of those armies, you're going to be using a shitload of the same units. And Dispossessed also have a tiny-ass range because they got rid of a lot of the old dwarf stuff. but the new dwarves are bad. I mean, I like their aesthetic. I don't like a lot of their lore. I don't like that the Fyreslayers are mercenaries, and I don't like that the Caradron Overlords are also mercenaries, but there's like, they're not quite as, they're like mercenaries that are more focused on trade routes instead of mercenaries that care only purely for gold. They're like mercenaries that want contracts instead of just mercenaries for the sake of mercenary. And I do not like that the Fyreslayers are all naked dwarves. I think the Fyreslayers would be much more interesting if they could wear armor. If just some of them could wear armor. Orcs have hair squigs? I don't know if that's that dude's hair. I think it's like someone just impaled him in the head. New starter set for Underworlds that has Glaive Wraith Stalkers. Ooh. That's not even like a new. Those aren't even like interesting. That's literally just the 4-man set you can buy Glaive Wraith Stalkers. The only reason you should buy this is if, like, no, you shouldn't buy this. Don't buy this. Don't buy this. Just buy a warband. Like, if you're gonna play Underworlds, just get Dire Chasm. don't buy this. Like, this is literally just generic models from AOS that they're trying to convince you to use in Underworlds, even though they're probably gonna be absolute trash. And they don't have any of the flavor or unique characterness of the other factions. Fyreslayers not making armor makes no sense since most of them are not seeking a mighty death. Yeah, Fyreslayers are just kind of weird. Like, they tried too hard. Games Workshop... Hey, He06, thanks so much for becoming a member. Thank you, I really appreciate the support. The big issue I have with the Fyreslayers and like the lack of armor is that you can tell so much that Games Workshop was like looking and was like, oh, people really like Slayers. Like, people think Slayers are cool. So what if we just made a faction of pure Slayers? And I don't think it occurred to them that you can only make so many versions of naked dude holding weapon before it all just kind of looks the same and gets really boring really quick. Do the Chaos Dwarves exist in Age of Sigmar? Yes. There's even... I'm not 100% sure it's Hashit yet, but there is a Chaos... There are Chaos Dwarfs, and they do worship a god who's known as the Father in Darkness, which is Hashit's old epitaph. So I'm assuming it's Hashit, but it might be a new god. But yes, there are absolutely 100% Chaos Dwarves in AOS. They're not super playable right now. The only playable Chaos Dwarves are the Legion of Asgore, which are very expensive because they're a Forge World. They aren't seeking death. I thought they were Slayers. They are not Slayers. Okay, so we're in Warhammer Quest now. Whoa, what is that thing? Whoa, is that a new Vargeist? It was kind of funky looking. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Wow, these characters are wild looking. Oh, there's an ogre! Wow, okay, they're just showing everything. Jesus Christ. The wolf. Oh, there's the undead zombie. Dang it. I was hoping he was going to be his own fact. Jesus Christ! Oh, so many good new death models. That has to be a launching point for the new undead, the new death race. Dude, they just fucking like showed way too much stuff way too fast. Like, whoever makes these previews is killing me. You're killing me. I still don't understand this. I don't understand why they're doing this with the White King. The Mob of Mork. That's a great name. Put it where I can look at it.
Led by a family of vampires.
Dude, there's no Stormcast character. Good job. Good job. Ah, we're finally getting to look at the... Oh, I'm so excited for this game, dude. I'm so excited for this game. Dude, that Vargeist is free... Or Vargulf. That Vargulf is freaky looking. Like, he's so lanky. Man, you're gonna get so much death out of this. Did I just see a new Sisters of Sigmar? I don't know what that lady was. You can see her right here. She's got like a weird... Nobody cares. Put it on the preview page. Oh god, I have to fucking build and paint all this garbage. Ugh. I'm gonna pay someone else to do it for me. I personally, I'm really glad there's no Stormcast character in this. I think it is a much better callback to like old school Warhammer RPG stuff, and is going to be a good branching point for fantasy fans. Like, look at these heroes, dude. You got like a Kislevite looking dude, a classic Imperial, but it's a woman, which is awesome, and like an old school Witch Hunter. Like, these are just super hardcore looking fantasy models. Wait, is that a Stormcast? That's not a Stormcast. She's not big enough to be a Stormcast. She's way too small. Oh, they updated the Warhammer Quest website? Oh god, I have to like get to the... There we go. Quiet you. Here we go. Oh yeah, they're adding like way more. What's in the box set? 60 miniatures. Here we go. Here we go. Here's everybody. Is she a Stormcast? No, yeah, there's no Stormcast character. Yeah. Okay, good. 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 Okay, so let's actually read through this. So we've got the Witch Hunter. Once a member of the Order of Azir, Witch Hunter. Then we've got Quelithus the Exile, who is a Kurnothi, not a Wanderer, which is super interesting. And she's also wielding a bow made from the Oak of Ages. The Oak of Ages past. So like the actual Oak of Ages from Warhammer Fantasy, she literally made her bow from a piece of it, which is really, really cool. Imelda Braskov, after her army was destroyed by Radikar the Wolf, turned her grief for shock to an old cold inner steel. She vowed to slay the vampire at the heart of her beloved city or die in the attempt. Ah, man, she's like a super badass old school general for the Empire. Dagny Holdenstock, that is the most pirate-ass looking Caradron Overlord I've ever seen in my life. Trade Commodore is known as a veteran entrepreneur with a knack for creative implementation of the Caradron Code. Seeing Ulfenkarn as a potential treasure trove, he searches the streets for the riches he so desperately craves. Man, I really hope these guys are all like playable as like new hero characters or whatever in AOS. Glario Vin Alton III. This is the most Kislevite looking motherfucker. The brash young duelist is the last surviving member of the once proud Vin Alton dynasty. He now seeks to avenge his family's lost honor, starting with the slaying his 3 cousins who each willingly received the blood kiss. Ooh, family drama. Oh yeah, she is like that lady from the big lady from Game of Thrones, isn't she? It's time that all the countless hours of training the swordsmanship are finally put to use. And then who is this lady? Cleona Zeitengale, a missionary of the cult of the comet. Dude, is that she is like a sister of Sigmar. Cleona tried to warn the city of the cataclysm to come, but her warnings fell on deaf ears. Now, as the last of her order to survive, she summons the power of Sigmar to clear the streets of the vampiric scions of Nagast. She's like a Azir wizard or priest. I'm assuming she's a wizard. She looks really badass though. I like her little backpack thing. Then Octrin Glimscry. Is this a metal wizard? Death wizard? Octrin has spent many years in the realm of death, experimenting with the mortality and manipulating realmstone known as gravesand. He once worked alongside Torgilus the Chamberlain, but now he seeks to end his former colleagues' experiments to free the cities from his curse. Okay, he's a death wizard. Look at that beard. Good lord. At least I assume he's a death wizard. Great looking model, though. And then Brutog Corpse Eater. This Orgar mercenary has acquired a taste for long dead flesh and will happily eat skeletons, rotting zombies, and even mummified cadavers. He comes to Ulfenkarn not just to get his fill of these delicacies, but also to prove he's the strongest ogre in all Shyish. I like how everyone else is motivated by, like, revenge or a noble cause, and he's like, I just came here to eat. And then the baddies. So we've seen Gorslav the Gravekeeper, who's a absolutely amazing necromancer model. Watch Captain Halgrim, who you could use as a very, very solid White King. And then the new guys, or no, we got this guy the other day, Torgilus the Chamberlain, who has very hardcore Heinrich Himmler vibes. And then Virkos Bloodborne. When Radikar embarked upon his great purge, few members of the noble houses were spared. In return for an oath of loyalty, some were offered the blood kiss and became part of his thirsting court. Transformed into half-feral creatures, these princelings and duchesses now serve the wolf's will. They hunt down and assassinate any who question his dominance and stalk the death of the streets of Ulfenkarn in search of prey to torment and consume. Dude, the new vampires, the Soul Blight, they're getting crazy looking. Like, the days of, like, you get turned into a vampire and you're just, like, a human that has pointy teeth and you're, like, really pale, it seems like those days are over. Most of the new vampires that we've seen are, like, mutated in some way. Like, they have wings or, like, wolf feet or, like, they have all sorts of, like, crazy extensions to their bodies. And then here's the big man himself, Radikar the Wolf. Tyrannical master of Ulfenkarn, a vampire of ancient power and cunning whose ambition is matched only by his savage cruelty. The blood kiss gave him terrifying strength and eternal life, but also inflicted upon him an animalistic and almost uncontrollable blood rage. Interesting. Wow, they just, like, literally just gave us the entire game, like, which is really funny to me. Like, they were literally, like, releasing, like, one at a time for a while. And then they just pulled a complete 180 to there. Like, oh yeah, here's all the shit. Radikar the Wolf saved the city in its darkest hour, but his benevolence didn't last. In the Shyish Necroquake, the wolf found himself infused with dark power. Sallying forth from his castle, him and his court embarked on a murderous rampage. Some were deemed worthy of the blood kiss, turned into vampires themselves. Others were left as corpses strewn about the streets. Jesus. I want to see the minions. Oh my gosh, dude, look at these. Dude, look how freaky that Vargulf is. It's huge and lanky and gross. It's so gross. It's much more wolfish than the old one. The old one was more of like an insect combined with a bat combined with the wolf. Like it was very odd looking. This one is also very odd looking, but this one looks more like it's purely bat and wolf combined. Oh yeah, you got bat swarms and undead rodent swarms. So you got undead rats or vampire rats and bat swarms, just like you did in old tabletop. All sorts of brand new zombie models. So these are new deadwalkers. new skeletons. So I don't know if these are going to be skeletons or... look on the preview page now. Oops, I think I may have closed it. I mean, this is pretty exciting shit for... It seems to me like this is designed to be like, hey, if you want to collect Soul Blight vampires, like, buy this game, because all these models are going to be usable in tabletop. Curse City. Okay, yeah, these are like way more zoomed in. Dude, look at all these minion creatures. They're so... Look at these chads. Good lord, like these zombies are huge and they're ripped. I was really hoping these guys were going to be pirates, like new vampire pirates, but those are bitchin' models, dude. I do like them very, very much. I wonder if these guys are just going to be like new skeleton warriors, or if they're meant to be the new Graveguard. And then I like the new zombies are, man, they bummer. Absolute bummer, these poor dudes. They literally like, look at that. They were staked. Looks like, yeah, all of them have been like staked by random stuff. Like their graves were pinned to them. Oof. And then the new vampire bats. This big one is particularly freaky looking. And then all the zombie rats, or vampire rats, whatever those are supposed to be. I think these are gonna be like new skeleton warriors. But yeah, these guys literally just seem like, hey, if you want to play Soulblight Gravelords, which it sounds like Soulblight Gravelords are not going to be. It sounds like they are not going to be a pure vampire faction like we thought. It seems like they're just going to be the new Legions of Nagash. And like, if you want to play them, you need to pick up this game. Like, if you wanna play the new Legions of Nagash or the new Soulblight Gravelords, this box set is probably going to be like a must-have. Curse City is getting its own novel. Ooh. Scroll down and look at Radikar. Yeah, that is a very cool Kislevite vampire. Don't know how else to describe him. 8 heroes, rulebook and quest book, war scrolls. Oh, war scrolls. So look at that. It comes built in with all the rules so you can use these guys on tabletop. That's super cool. 10 objective markers, 42 enemies, counters and tokens, a secret envelope, all the cards you need to play, 28 dice, boards, tiles, gateways, and lynch gates, and the book, Cursed City. Oh, it's by C.L. Werner. Ooh. Dude, I am so fucking down for this. Am I going to read the novel? Am I going to read the novel? Dude, Werner is an excellent author. He does an absolute kick-ass job. He did The Lady of Sorrows, which is one of my favorite books in the entire Black Library. Oh! Oh, this set, dude. He's clearly a Midlander. It looks to me like he fucking murdered Midlanders. Only for $3,000. Well, thankfully I don't think it'll be quite that much. Oh, I like the bestial vampire kin. Dude, why do they have furry feet? Why are they furries? Oh, look at this boy! Look at this Chungus! Look at this Chungus! Dude, the face is so good. He's so I love the new Vargulf, dude. The new Vargulf looks amazing. Dude, these feral vampires are wild looking. Are they wearing, like, fur skirts, or is that actual fur? That's what I want to know. I mean, they've got, yeah, they have literal wolf feet. This thing's gonna be at least $300. Probably, yeah.
So we've seen this character already. This is basically one of your end-of-level bosses for Curse City, and he is the leader of
Oh my gosh, dude, I love these models.
his particular background.
Oh!
Already, he wanted to side with the uprising of the vampires when they tried to overtake the city, but the rest of the city wanted
So is the Vargolf a character?
through in the storm trade to be nibbled by rats.
Or is he like a generic baddie?
The vampires raised him up again to be the undead warden of the city and keep an eye on their skeleton.
Because he...
A tragic but entirely deserved backstory as he's both a traitor and also a skeleton.
Bum, 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 bum. Dude, the only thing that sucks is like finding people to play with. We're gonna need this on Tabletop Simulator as early as possible.
So if you imagine that he's the guy who goes to the grave
Oh god, I'm getting hungry.
coming for a walk. Yeah, fancy coming for a walk. You guys with me, let's go.
I also find it weird that the Geist Scale is a thing. Like, they're like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of like Night Haunt spirits. But there's not a Night Haunt Overlord. Or even, there's not even a Night Haunt model or anything. Like, they're all like physical dudes.
Somewhere in the world.
I am very much looking forward to Darkest Dungeon AOS. Darkest Dungeon AOS looks like it's going to be pretty hype.
Yeah, I think that's how you say it. So this a familiar sort of archetype, I suppose, with the soul blight. If your bloodlust gets the better of you, or maybe you don't.
Oh, they're talking about it now.
long enough, the bestial nature of the soul blight curse will manifest.
Oh, hey, Ben!
And this is basically
Dude, what's up, man?
So
How you doing? Good to see you in chat.
weird wolf bat monster thing, and this is one of the big bad terrors of the city. This is not an intelligent creature. This is a wild.
What is it called?
beast whose any sense of kind of sentience has been banished from its brain, and it will just hunt like a dark predator through the streets.
Dude,
Heroes come across it, as you would imagine.
Flesh Eater Courts? Flesh Eater Courts, this model, they're gonna be like, gimme that shit.
What we have here is essentially
This is basically just like a second edition release for Leeches of Nagash, which is really funny. Damn, dude. Dude, 40K's gotta just be like, why does, like, it's gotta be so much suffering over in the 40K community between, like, AOS Underworlds and then Warhammer Quest. Like, we are getting such gorgeous models for just, like, all the factions. Like, oh, it's a good time. Like, dude, Kill Team is so bad. It's such garbage for 40K. Like, I'm not to be, like, mean to anybody, but, like, they don't get unique models. They have to use generic models. Like, they don't get unique models, and I've heard the game is so not remotely balanced, it's not even funny. Like, AOS is where it's at, dude. AOS is where it's at. Is Soulblight going to be replacing the Leeches of Nagash? It seems that way. I think the Soulblight Gravelords are going to be the replacing Legions of Nagash. It seems like Soulblight Gravelords is basically just going to be old school vampire counts. So it's going to be skeletons, zombies, vampires, and like creatures, like wolves and bats and rats, all combined into one roster. How big is the new Vargolf model? It's pretty big, based on what it looks like next to all the other models. If you look here, so like here's a generic zombie, here's the Vargolf. It's like at least twice as big. Like that's a big boy. That is a big boy model. I mean, that's at least probably like a 60 or 70, or that's probably like somewhere between like a 40 to 70 millimeter circle base. I mean, that's a chungus. Don't forget the White King. I don't understand the White King. That was so random. This was the most random reveal today. Just out of nowhere. I mean, so was the Night Haunt, to be honest. Like, the Night Haunt and the White King literally just came out of left field. They were just like, hey, you guys, Death, we know you're excited for those Grave Lords. Here you go. Christopher, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. I love this range. I don't want to paint this though. I am absolutely gonna have to find somebody that is willing to paint this for me. I do not want to paint this. Is Radicur an ogre? No. Oh, I don't think so. He's not that big. He's pretty small. He's human sized. He's not an ogre. How much is it? How much is it? Also, when does it come out?
It's not coming alone. There's also going to be a novelization by C.L. Werner, a much loved and respected Black Library author, and there's something extra cool about this particular book, isn't there?
There is. So first and foremost, it's just a really cool story, so you can find out a little bit more about the characters and motivations that go into it, and kind of flesh out the story in your mind. Because one of the things that's quite cool about Warhammer Quest is it's in some ways it's a role-playing game, so you're kind of taking the part of the hero, and the more you know about the story, the more compelling.
Radicur's an ogre? No. Oh, he is an ogre?
Written by C.L. Werner, who has a fine history.
He's small for an ogre.
Warhammer novels, done some of the best of our kind of Warhammer fantasy stories. If you go back and have a look at some of those, especially some of the kind of darker, grittier characters that he's.
I mean, he's not that big.
Some of the Warhammer Legends tales, which are very grim and very dark. But one of the cool things about that book specifically is that it also comes with some extra rules, which will allow you.
I mean, I can see it.
Age of Sigmar hero, a specific one. We'll not talk about it too much yet. But you can add another hero to your warband, so you'll have 9 heroes if you pick up that book as well, which is pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, I don't know about you, but I am borderline exhausted after all that awesome Warhammer Mortal Realm.
Wow, that was an hour and 30 minutes. That felt way shorter.
Normally at this stage, I think I would sort of rattle.
Maybe he's a gorger.
More Lumineth than shaking a very finely wrought elven blade at, with new heroes and warriors.
Dude, so there are vampire ogres. Holy shit. Well, that's terrifying. I mean, I hypothesized they could exist in fantasy, but to actually have them in AOS, that's pretty fucking frightening, to be honest.
The Mad Mob for Warhammer Underworlds, and then just the staggering awesome.
Where's my release dates, you ignorant sluts? And also price points. God, this game's gonna be so expensive. A fit ogre? There are fit ogres. Not all ogres are fat. Most ogres are fat, but not all. Some are just, like, really muscly. Halflings don't exist in AOS? Halflings absolutely exist in AOS. You could see one on the new Slanesh Palanquin model. I don't know if they're called halflings, but it's definitely a halfling. New video on YouTube? Oh, they've got one last thing before we go.
Blackstone Fortress and the Cursed City is everything to me that Blackstone Fortress was again, and I can't wait. So that one is 100% on my list.
And importantly, Adam, it looked like you had a different favourite hero than me, so we want to go to the city together at some point.
God damn it.
Have an adventure. I love it. Alright guys, it has been an amazing, what have we been here? An hour? An hour and a half?
Dude!
It has been wonderful to share this time.
I was their first son, the Prince of Demons, Herald of
Whoa!
cursed to crown my inferiors. My vengeance will come.
Holy fuck! Oh, they're not gonna show him yet? Are you kidding me? Dude, look at Bellakor! Holy shit, Bellakor's looking good! Oh, look at his sword!
Of kings, cursed to crown my inferiors. My vengeance.
Dude, look at that! Look at the dead Chaos Warrior on his base. Bellakor's taking none of that shit. Oh my god, dude. Bellakor confirmed for Total War Warhammer 3? Absolutely. Absolutely confirmed for Total War Warhammer 3. You know they're going to use his new model. They're absolutely going to use his new model. Dead Daddy Bellakor, take me. Oh my god, dude. Scroll faster. I wish they had shown his face. Are they not going to put it on the preview page? They might not put it up here. Dude, he looks amazing, though. He's got armor now. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. He's got more horns, it looks like, too. I think he only has 2 horns in his original sculpt, and now it looks like he's got 4. Speaking of chaos, has there ever been Chaos Warriors that betrayed chaos? Yeah, it happens sometimes. It has happened. The Iron Reaver betrayed chaos before he died, which he was kind of like, here we go. We're not going to give away too much right now, except to say it's all tied in with the princely 3rd book and the broken... What? Is Bellakor book 3? Is Bellakor going to be book 3? Tied in with the princely 3rd book in the Broken Realms saga. With the awakening of the undead and Teclis's plans coming to fruition, it's going to be an amazing year in the mortal realms. Oh, dude. Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, I want to know what book 3 is called now. Dude, Bellakor? Oh, God, if... I really hope Bellakor's about to finally bitch slap Archaon. Have I read the recent Broken Realm short story? Yes, about the Skaven talking to Bellakor? Yes, I have. Dude, Archaon needs to get his ass kicked. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. He has been, like, literally undefeated since AOS started. Did Slaves to Darkness already get rules in Book 1? Slaves to Darkness did, but not necessarily Bellakor. Bellakor might be becoming his own thing. I don't know. We'll have to see. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, damn, dude. They need to hurry up and release Teclis. Skaven talking to Bellakor, what? Explain that? It's in the newest short story. If you go to the community page... and scroll down... It's right here. Broken Realms Fiction Dark Offerings. Dude, this was pretty hype. This was pretty fucking hype. I wonder if that's the voice actor they'll use for Bellakor in Warhammer 3. I doubt it. Normally they just get like really random people to do these trailers, like somebody in the office or something. Or maybe like a voice actor they can get in cheap. Who knows? I will say, probably my only disappointment today. My only disappointment today is that we didn't get a Soulblight Gravelords book announcement or release. Empathetic Klingon. Problem with AOS is no matter how nice the packaging it's still just shit on the inside. The lore is stupid no matter what. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, but I think your opinion is absolute fucking trash. So, like, you can not like AOS. It's true, but, you know, that's not an objective statement. That is a subjective statement. If you don't like it, okay. A, I don't know why you even fucking came to this stream in the first place. This is literally just an AOS stream. That's all this stream is. It's just AOS. Bellakor is a new Chaos God? I doubt it, but I could see him trying to make a move. What faction do I think should get a roster addition to AOS currently? Manu? The Dwarden need help. The Dwarden are so boring right now. Caradron, Fireslayers, and Dispossessed desperately need roster expansions. Yeah, AOS started off trash. That I will concede. I will totally agree to that. AOS started off as absolute horseshit, but it has gotten so good. So good. Oh, you didn't need to time him out. It's okay. Like, people can hate what they want to hate. That's fine. It's whatever. Nobody cares. Like, if someone wants to come in here and talk about how much they despise AOS, okay. I mean, I feel like you could be doing something better with your time. Alright, well that's very exciting. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me. I am super duper hungry, and I think I'm gonna go have a bowl of cereal. Or something. So, I really appreciate you all joining me for the reveal. It was very, very good. I am so excited for Warhammer Quest. There are definitely people in my area who I think are going to really want to play it. So you better bet your butt that I'm going to do my damnedest to try and get together with folks, maybe at the Citadel when it comes out and COVID's wind down. Once COVID is wind down and like chilled out and stuff, we are absolutely going to try and get together with people and like play. Never answered what? Oh, also, Raw Cauliflower, thanks so much for the super chat, my dude. Go to the Curse City website, new models there. Thanks. Check that out. We did check that out. Razor Dragontail, thanks so much for keeping your sub going, my dude. Hi there, Subtech. Hope everything's going okay at your home. I'm sending you good vibes as I can muster. Also, Krokgar for AOS win. GW, give me my best boy. I would, oh my god, I would love to see Krokgar come back in AOS. I don't think it's going to happen, but the Seraphon just need more special characters. I need a Saurus special character and a Skink special character and a not dead Slawn special character. Like, come on. Bring Nakai back. Give Nakai a model. That would be cool. Oh, you do streams? I love your lore vids. Oh, thank you, Gianluca. I appreciate it. Yes, I stream often. Very often. Any more content based on Total War Warhammer? Bellakor, who showed up at the end of the video, is almost assuredly going to be using his new model in Total War Warhammer 3. Love the stream. Hated not even getting a teaser trailer for Soul Blight. Well, at least they confirmed Soul Blight are coming, and that we know the new mounted White King is a member of Soul Blight, so we know they're not pure vampires. Where's that guy that said he asked me? Monet, I'm looking for your question, dude. Oh, no, there it is. Which Warhammer Fantasy board game do I recommend to start with? A 2-player 40 minutes a game. Which Warhammer Fantasy board game do you recommend to start with for 2 players, 40 minutes a game? Well, when you say board game, do you mean like an actual, like, you buy a box and it's got everything in it kind of board? The only board game that I know of that you can even buy right now for Warhammer Fantasy, which I don't even know if you can still buy it. I think you can. Is called Chaos in the Old World. Super good board game. It is a super fun board game. It has a lot of strategy and tactics to it. You can play it with 2 players, but it gets much, much more fun if you have like 4 or 5 players. And there is an expansion for it. Which is the Horned Rat. And I would highly recommend getting the expansion, because the expansion balances out the game a bit better. Yeah, I would go pick up Chaos in the Old World with the Horned Rat expansion. We need to get that on Tabletop Sim? Absolutely. Or if you want, you can get into Warhammer Underworlds. Warhammer Underworlds is technically Age of Sigmar, not Warhammer Fantasy, but it's this game that has all these little war bands that come with like cards. It's like it's a deck building game on top of a tactics game on top of a board game with dice. So there's a lot going on in the game, and there's even a video game you can buy, which I'm actually about to do a video on because the game is significantly cheaper to purchase now. Warhammer Underworlds online, I think it's only like 10 or $15 now. And then you can just buy whatever warband you want. I'm going to be doing a video on it very, very soon. So keep an eye out for that. Plus, the models for Underworlds are just absolutely... Oh, they're gorgeous. Anyway, that's going to be it for me now, my dudes. I'm going to go eat breakfast and probably take a nap because I only got like 3 hours of sleep last night. So... Oh, it is out of print? Oh, that's a bummer. You can play Chaos in the Old World on Tabletop Sim. It is. There are fully functioning versions of it on Tabletop Simulator for free. So you can go play Tabletop Sim. In any event, I will catch you all later. Thank you all so much for joining me this morning, or afternoon or evening, wherever you may be in the world. And I hope this was a lot of fun. And you got to enjoy looking at my stupid face. What's that Charlie version of Total War Warhammer? I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what that means. That you just spoke gibberish at me. Yeah. Anyways, I will be back probably later today. We might do another... I'm probably going to work on some videos. I'm probably not going to stream again today. I'll probably be just working on some videos. So, thanks again for coming by. I hope you all are safe out there and staying warm or cold if you're somewhere where it's hot on the southern hemisphere. I don't know. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Also, thanks again to everybody who tipped or subbed or membered, all that jazz. Finger guns.